Okay, I'm here with Lloyd Flynn and we're in front of the SBD. So tell me about this airplane.
You could carry it up to 1,000 pounds on the main yoke.
And that'd be, is that a 500 pounder or would that be?
Yeah, either a 500 or a 1,000.
Yeah.
When you had these are up to 100, or else we would. You could also use a depth charge.
Oh, okay.
Which we did.
So you could carry a lot of stuff here. And you were doing anti-submarine
did a lot of that.
patrols and stuff. Now the thing, of course, that immediately grabs somebody who's never seen this plane is this dive brake system.
Yeah.
Which I haven't. Let's go around there. So it opens up both directions? Did you control it, or?
Yeah.
Boy, that's a big airplane. Oh yeah. And this worked pretty well?
Oh, just fine.
Uh-huh.
There was one instance in the whole war where those jammed, Kevin, and it was during the battle of, in the Guadalcanal days. This squadron commander was a legend, and his jam, they wouldn't close, and he got shot down.
Oh, so it slowed him down trying to just fly regularly.
Yeah,
did you only use this when you're doing the dive bombing?
Yeah. It would hold you at about 270.
Okay.
You know,
now,
pretty much straight down.
Was this the same as your gunner, or was that a different?
Yeah, he had 230s.
And is that 230s, or?
Yeah, and then we had 250s that fired through the prop.
Oh, I didn't even notice that was up there. Did you control that, or did he run them?
No, I did.
So you could come up on an enemy plane if you had one around you.
Well, the Battle of Coral Seas, some of the Navy guys, you know this, Dick, shot down several Japs with the SBDs.
Yeah. So primarily it was dive bombing and submarine.
And yeah.
Did you ever drop a depth charge on a sub or anything?
No,
or never?
I never saw it. One of the guys did, but
yeah.
I never saw any.
Yeah. You were ready if you had to.
Oh, we were ready.
So how is this, what model is this plane? And
what's this, a 3, Dick? A 2 or a 3?
Dash 2.
A 2?
And what did you fly?
A
5. So it was a more advanced model.
Yeah.
Just
basically the same thing. Just improvements, so, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing to
They came out with a 6 about the end of the war, but I don't think it went into combat, and that had a little bigger engine.
Now
basically, it's the same plane.
You were over there like 8 months in the Pacific in Eniwetok, but it was called Engebi. I never get the pronunciation.
Engebi was the name of the
Engebi.
island.
Okay.
Eniwetok was the atoll.
Okay.
And there was also an Eniwetok island.
Uh-huh. Well, did you spend the whole time on that particular island?
We had about 10 months at Engebi, 10 or 11, and we had about a few weeks down near Samoa. And then when they took the Martians, we moved up.
Well, I've never seen one of these up close, so to get to see it with him, that's great.
See the tail hook?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then that's the Navy tail wheel. See, we had little rounder ones on land, a little larger tail, larger tail wheel.
Well, you know,
was it solid rubber or was it pneumatic? Your tail wheel, was that solid rubber or was that pneumatic?
I think it was pneumatic.
I think so,
it was
yeah.
About
bigger
this
on.
size.
Yeah, they used those so that the tail didn't bounce. It's solid rubber.
This was awful on land. Just would wear off.
Now, how do you get up into the cockpit? Is there a trick on this one, or?
Oh, right here. Here and there. And the same thing on the other side.
So is that what these are? Hand grips
that's a
or
walkway.
something? Okay.
I wish we could sit in them, but they won't let us.
Hand a foot, you know, put your feet in there.
Well, if they did, they'd have a problem.
Did you already ask if you could get in it, or?
Well, no, I didn't ask him, but I've seen signs that says keep out.
They didn't give you the keys and open the hangar door or anything?
See, you can get in on either side, Kevin.
Oh, okay. And this little square thing, that's just to help get you into the, like he'd use that for the.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those guns would swivel. And also the gunner's seat swivels around,
Oh,
so he could face forward or backwards. And then he had a lot of radar equipment.
I'm not sure I quite follow that. You mean his seat swivels?
Yeah, it turns
Oh,
360.
okay. And that's so he could see forward if he had to. And then he was also the radio operator?
Yep.
Now, who dropped the bomb? You?
Oh, I did.
If you had to drop one. Did you drop bombs on
yeah.
islands and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
And the life raft stuff was in here.
Oh, well, how do you get it out?
Oh, there's a latch.
Uh-huh.
We used to have drills, in case we were.
So you'd come in, you'd hit the water, and then you had to kind of. How did you get out here, though? If this is to be.
You better be sure he gets this out right away. Oh, well, we each had life jackets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they had a display over here with the Mae Wests on it. So.
But I thought it was a wonderful plane, Kevin. We never had an engine failure overseas.
Yeah.
I had one in the States.
Yeah.
We never did overseas.
Well, that's where it counts when you're over.
Well, it was all water.
Yeah.
No place to land.
And you just slide that forward and back.
Yeah, there's
was
a
a
latch
manual.
you go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there wasn't an ejection seat. You had to just crawl out if you had to get out of it.
Jump out yourself.
Did they give you any instructions on how you were supposed to get out of here, or get out of the plane?
You'd loosen your radio hookup and your seat belts and get the H out of there.
Yeah, and then slide off so you didn't hit the tail, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what the little button. They got a button up there.
Here?
Yeah. That looks like it's to light something up.
I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's here lighting up at night. I don't know.
What now? Are these accurate on the displays of what the clothing and which one
Very
did you
much
wear?
so.
Which one did you wear? The blue and blue or the khaki?
Yeah, that's your ground crew guy or your gunner. This is what we wore.
Oh, okay.
Those flight suits. See the pockets
Yeah.
in the Mae West and your parachute straps.
So that's authentic. The displays were good here.
We left the chute usually in the plane, and you'd sit on it and then strap yourself in, or you had some chutes you'd wear out. You'd carry the chute like this and walk in, and then sit on it and put the straps on.
Now, how long would a mission be? In how many was it hours or?
What?
How long would a mission be if
Most of ours, Kevin, you'd fly out. They were cone-shaped searches we would do. You'd fly out about 200 miles, then you had a base leg of about 40, and then you come back.
Okay.
And we would do that every day, and they had, cones all through the compass.
Yeah. And you're looking for subs and supply ships and anything that might reinforce
Convoy
those.
ships sometimes.
Now,
This is all authentic. The helmets.
Oh yeah. How about the goggles look like that?
See the parachute.
Oh.
As I say, a lot of times we leave the chute in the plane. And sometimes you carry it along like this.
So now he's got these goggles and the helmet, the cloth helmet and all
there
that.
were two different kinds of helmets. But those airphones, some were a little different.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the same helmet.
Did you carry a gun like this guy, or?
Yeah, we always carried a 45.
Yeah.
The parachute loft made us some, they call them survival vests. And we had a gun and other things for your
And all this is for your maps, I suppose, with the.
Yeah, well, we had plotting boards. It's a flat thing about this square, and it fit under a slot in the cockpit, right under the instruments. And that's how we navigate.
And this, like, you pulled it out like a desk or something?
Yeah, just go in like this.
Well, that's good that they're doing it authentic, as far as
Well, it's been a while.
as far as you remember, that's accurate. Well, now.
This is just about the way the gunner dress. Sometimes he'd wear a suit just about like mine. or he could be the grounds crew.
Okay, so the ground crew and the gunner might wear a blue
Maybe, yeah.
thing.
Like we called them plane captains.
Yeah. And I don't know what this is supposed to be. It looks like it's just something you'd be sitting in on the ground.
I don't know, unless it was in a bomber, in a
Yeah.
big plane. It's a big chair.
Huh. Did you ever get to try parachuting and training or anything?
We
or?
did everything except jump.
Okay.
We packed and unpacked them and
Yeah.
all that. We never had to use one.
Yeah.
One guy did.
Did he live through it? And,
I remember, Kevin, because I was the officer of the day. You got the duty. We called it the double OD, officer of the day. You're having it for 24 hours. I had the duty, and the squadron was up flying around. And one plane hit the other guy's tail. And the guy whose tail was smashed. And the pilot bailed out right away, but the gunner froze and he went in.
oh.
And they weren't very high. They weren't very high up.
Yeah. So there wasn't a lot of time to get out,
Well,
probably
he
for the
just
gunner.
panicked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
But the pilot got out.
Yeah.
So I had to go. The major, the CO of the squadron said, "I want to see Cockerham, the pilot, right away." So I told Cockerham that Major Colonel Knott wanted to see you. It was one of my duties.
Yeah. Yeah. And officer of the day, you just had it one day, like a month or something?
Yeah.
Or? Yeah.
Yeah, it's every month, every
Yeah.
couple of months.
Did you lose other people in the squadron, or just that one?
That was all.
Oh, well, that was good.
We were standing in an alert, Kevin, which means we get in our plane before dawn. It was supposedly, if we're going to be attacked, it was just before daybreak started. We were in our plane sitting there, and we had two fighter squadrons on the same island. And I still remember them taking off, and his engine quit. And he smashed into the ground, into one of our planes, and of course that fighter pilot guy died in the flames, and he smashed into one of our guys. It could have been me, but the pilot and the gunner both died of their burns the next day.
Oh, that's
So we
horrible.
lost 3 guys.
Oh, that's
But
terrible.
that wasn't enemy action. None
Yeah.
of them was enemy action.
Well, we lost a lot of people in training accidents and
Oh, a
in
lot more.
accidents with the engines and
Most of them were stupid
yeah,
accidents.
yeah.
Oh, there was a whole squadron lost 18 planes. They went from Tarawa, you know where that awful
Oh, yeah,
battle
sure.
was, down to a place called Funafuti, another big base. They ran into bad weather. The CO panicked. He spun in. He could have turned around and went back. And he also had been offered a what we call a Dumbo or a chase plane. You know, a twin-engine plane which would navigate for him.
Yeah.
And he said, "No, we can make it." They lost every plane, and they lost about half the pilots.
Oh, jeez.
A bunch of them landed together and managed to tie their rafts together, and they were rescued.
That's
But
a
talk about a
major mistake. Yes.
This happened shortly after I got overseas. It's in there's a big account of it in a book,
Yeah.
History
Wow.
of Marine Corps Aviation. It's in that book.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of this museum?
This is fabulous.
It's like being in a dream or
I was here
something.
6 years ago.
Yeah. Has it changed much or?
It's bigger.
Yeah. Well, I've never been here, so it's, I'm kind of stumbling
I
around.
took a lot of pictures then, and I did today. I used both cameras.
Yeah, that's
This
good.
one and the big one.
Well, that's good. Now, they've got something, it looks like it's the original markings on that plane. Do you recognize any of that stuff, or
Yeah.
you know what that means, all those numbers and...
No, not really.
So we've got Navy 2106.
Yeah, the old numbers of it.
I suppose they wanted to keep it because it was still showing.
Yeah. This is for when it's stowed on a ship.
Oh,
That's why that is.
what do you mean? So you hook a hook on it or
Yeah.
something?
You can also, there's also a big hook in the pilot's seat. It's like a crane can lift the plane.
Really?
You know, I've seen them stowed in the hangar deck of aircraft carriers, up on the ceiling,
Huh.
because the wings don't fold.
Oh yeah, that's right. This isn't like the Corsairs or something. So this took up a lot of space on
They do.
if
And
it was
they
on the
did,
carrier.
Yeah.
And this
If you cocked it the right way, it would go up and down the elevators.
yeah.
But then they could stow it on the ceiling, you know, save space.
Now you never had like carrier
No, I was never on a
qualifications
carrier.
or that
No.
stuff. Yeah. Well, I think today even the Marines are. Somebody was saying that that one of our speakers said that the Marines today want to be close for ground support. So they want to be. They don't want to be coming off. You know, there's a turnaround time on the carrier. So he said that's why Marines pilots today are so close. You know, because their job is.
That was always primary with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did a lot of it in Korea and in the Philippines,
Yeah.
World War I, and then in Korea,
Yeah.
close support,
Yeah.
Peleliu.
Now, are these cloth surfaces on this part of this?
This is,
Maybe that's on that model. Maybe they change that stuff.
well, if it is, it's very strong. There's cloth on the SB-2U,
Uh-huh.
but this is been a very sturdy airplane.
Well, I looked at some other planes that had dive brakes, but I don't remember seeing big holes in them. So this must have been. Did the idea of the holes is it would give you more control or something?
Yeah, it was a very stable platform to bomb from.
Yeah. So you like this plane?
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
I have about 1,000 hours in it.
Oh. And then you flew what, Corsairs later?
Corsairs, mostly in F-6Fs, a little bit in the reserve.
Yeah, later after the war was over. Okay. Well, thanks. This has been a
Well, thank
thrill to
you.
see both the plane and see it with you.